Okay, everybody, welcome to the Flip class. Today we're going to talk about integers and operations, and of course, four operations being addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. I'm going to go through a couple of quick examples and talk about a few of the rules that go along with performing operations with positive and negative integers for each of those four operations. So let's jump right into it. Okay, the first one we'll jump into is obviously one of the easier ones, and that is addition. When we're adding, and I have a number line to kind of help us out here, let's say, and obviously this is an easy one, but 4 plus 1, okay, we know that's going to be 5, but if you start at 0, and you go over 1, 2, 3, 4 to the right, because that's positive, of course, and then you add one more, you go one more to the right again, because that's also positive, you end up at 5. Okay, so you see exactly why you ended up there. Now, let's say, though, I wanted to do 4 plus negative 1. See what that would give us, okay? Well, I'm going to go over 4 to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Negative 1 I know is going to the left, so I'm actually going to come back 1, and I end up at 3. So 4 plus negative 1 is really 4 minus 1, okay? And it gives me 3. What if I gave you negative 2 plus negative 5. Okay? Well, I know I'm going to start off at 0, but this time it's negative, so I'm going to go to the left. 1, 2, and then I'm adding another negative 5, so I need to go 5 more to the, you guessed it, to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I end up with negative 7. Okay? Give you one more quick example here. Let's say I wanted to do 3 plus negative 8. Okay, where would that land us? Okay, 1, 2, 3 is where I'm going to start off. But now I need to go negative 8, and need to go to the left 8 spots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I end up with negative 5. Pretty easy, and we'll do some examples of that together. Now let's move on to subtraction. Okay, I'm going to throw an easy one at you to start off with once again. Okay, let's say I give you 8 minus 10. Okay, well, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to the right. But now I need to go, since I'm subtracting, I'm going to the left and taking away 10 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. My answer would be negative 2. Here's the only real catch to subtracting integers. If I gave you negative 8 minus negative 2, okay? Well, I'm going to go, of course, I'm going to the left now. I'm starting at 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've gone to the left 8 spots. But now, it doesn't say minus 2. It doesn't say to go to the left anymore. No. I'm taking away a negative. So these negative spots that I went back to the left, I'm taking 2 of those away. So I'm actually going to go forward 2 spaces, to the right 2 spaces, and I would get negative 6. Okay, here's the real trick. Let me clear this off here. If I gave you, let's say, negative 7 minus negative 3. Excuse me. The trick here would be this. If you've ever heard of a double negative, right? Okay, they kind of cancel each other out. So when you see a minus a negative, you can turn that into adding a positive. Okay? So I would go back 7 spots to the left for negative 7, and now I'm going to go to the right 3 spots. 1, 2, 3. I end up with negative 4. Okay? Same difference if we had, let me clear these off, 4 minus negative 3. Well, 4 is a positive, so I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 to the right. I see a negative and a subtraction symbol. Minus and negative double negative, turn into a positive, plus 3. 4 minus negative 3, really the same thing as 4 plus 3, going to the right, gives us 7. For multiplication, and I'm going to move away from the number line for a minute. We'll look at that. A little bit more in class, and I'll show you kind of how the groups work, because multiplication is just repeated addition or groups, okay? But the things you have to remember: 3 times 2. Positive times a positive is a positive, okay? Positive 3 times positive 2 gives us positive 6. A negative times a positive. 3 times 2 is 6, and I bring over my negative. Okay, a negative times a positive is a negative. Even if I did that backwards, right, or the opposite way here, 3 times negative 2, I have the negative on the left here, I have it on the right here. 3 times 2 gives me 6. I've got my negative symbol, I bring it over, negative 6. Now, the only other thing would be a negative times a negative. Negative 3 times negative 2. 3 times 2 is 6, and the negatives cancel one another out. Okay, let's jump to division. Same thing, we're going to just hit the rules pretty quickly. You know, 12 divided by 3, and I'm using easy examples because I want us to focus on the rules, not the math. Okay, 12 divided by 3 is 4. So you have a positive divided by a positive gives you a positive. If I ask you 12 divided by negative 3, well, you know 12 divided by 3 is 4. And then I have a negative to carry over, just one negative, so you end up with negative 4. So a positive divided by a negative gives you a negative answer, whereas a positive divided by a positive gives you a positive answer. If you have a negative divided by a positive, 12 divided by 3 is 4, you still have that negative symbol, it moves over. So if the signs are the same, okay, it's positive. If the signs are different, so you have a positive and a negative, it's negative. Over here you have a negative and a positive, it's negative. Same thing as if you did negative 12 divided by negative 3, okay? The signs are the same, so your answer is going to be positive 4, okay? Or you can think about it as negative signs, in this case, cancel out one another. Okay, the only thing really left for us to do would be talking about integer equations. We are going to do that in class, okay? But I want us to be very comfortable with the operations before we get there. So you have this video as an example. Of course, you can fast forward, rewind, watch only certain parts again, but you've got your addition, you've got your subtraction, you've got your multiplication rules, you've got your division rules, you've got everything you need to be successful. Let's work on it together. I'll see you in class.